Welcome to Canadian Canvas. Today, we embark on a captivating journey through the golden heart of Saskatchewan, traveling from the vibrant city of Regina to one of the province's most extraordinary natural treasures, the Great Sandhills. As we leave the city behind, the prairie stretches wide and open, painting the horizon with endless skies and gently rolling fields. The road ahead promises peace, adventure, and quiet beauty where time seems to slow down and the land begins to whisper its secrets. This drive is more than just a route, it's a gradual transformation. Every turn reveals a new rhythm of the prairie, clusters of trees, distant farms, grazing cattle, and the warm hues of wild grasses swaying in the breeze. With each passing mile, you begin to feel it, the quiet shift in the landscape. The soil grows drier, the wind carries a different song, and the curves of the earth begin to rise and fall like dunes waiting in silence. We're getting closer now. To a place that defies expectations, where nature sculpts the land in waves of sand. This is the beginning of something extraordinary. We've arrived. Welcome to the entrance of the Great Sandhills, one of Saskatchewan's most stunning and surreal landscapes. At first glance, you might feel like you've stepped into another world. And right here at the entrance, a series of signs and boards greet us, not just with directions, but with stories. They introduce us to the heart and soul of this region, revealing the history, ecology, and cultural importance of these shifting sands. The Great Sandhills cover an area of over 1,900 square kilometers, making it one of the largest sets of active sand dunes in Canada. Unlike desert dunes, these are formed by wind-blown glacial deposits, remnants of an ancient inland sea and glaciers that once covered this land during the last ice age. The signs remind us that this land is alive and constantly changing. The wind is the great artist here, sculpting new dunes, flattening others, and moving the sand slowly, meter by meter, year after year. You'll also find notes about the unique plant and animal life in this area. Despite looking barren, these dunes support a fragile but diverse ecosystem. Grasses like needle and thread and dune wild rye grow deep roots to survive. Wildlife such as pronghorn antelope, badgers, deer, and dozens of bird species call this place home. You may even catch a glimpse of burrowing owls or hear the distant cry of a meadowlark. Another board highlights the deep cultural significance of this land to Indigenous peoples. For generations, it has been a place of gathering, ceremony, and spiritual connection. The land still holds those echoes. There's a reminder too, this is a protected and shared space. Visitors are encouraged to explore respectfully, take only memories, leave only footprints. The entrance isn't just a starting point, it's a welcome into one of nature's most poetic corners. And as we pass through this threshold, we leave behind the familiar and enter a realm where wind and sand tell stories older than memory. As we step beyond the entrance and into the dunes, the landscape begins to shift with every footfall. The sand here isn't just soft, it's alive. Every gust of wind redraws the lines of the land, creating ripples and ridges like brushstrokes on an enormous, ever-changing canvas. It's strange to think that this place, so quiet and isolated, was once shaped by roaring glaciers and crashing meltwaters. Long ago, during the last ice age, glaciers carved out massive basins and scattered deposits of fine sand. When the ice melted, strong prairie winds took over, sculpting these rolling dunes into what we see today. Some of the dunes here rise up to 25 meters high. That's roughly the height of an 8-story building. And they move it slowly, silently, sometimes by just a few centimeters each year. But over decades, entire hills can shift or vanish, swallowed and rebuilt by the wind. As we walk, we notice animal tracks imprinted in the sand, delicate signs of nighttime visitors. Pronghorns pass through quietly, searching for grass and water. You might see the distinct tunnels of badgers or the sharp claw prints of coyotes. Even the burrowing owl, one of Canada's most endangered species, makes its home here, nesting underground beneath the cover of these vast dunes. The ecosystem is surprisingly delicate. Plants like sand dropseed and blowout grass seem small, but their roots are vital, they hold the sand in place, helping the land breathe but not blow away. Without these plants, the dunes could become too unstable to support any wildlife at all. But what truly sets the Great Sandhills apart isn't just the landscape, it's the silence. There's a stillness here that's hard to describe. No buzzing traffic, no digital noise, just wind, the occasional bird call, and the soft whisper of sand shifting underfoot. It's a kind of quiet that clears your thoughts, as if the land itself is inviting you to slow down and listen. The Sandhills have long inspired storytellers, artists, and even astronomers. Because it's so remote and free of light pollution, many come here at night to stargaze. Under a blanket of stars, these dunes become something celestial, reflecting moonlight and echoing ancient energy. This land is cared for by local communities, ranchers, and conservation groups who understand that beauty and fragility often go hand in hand. They've worked to preserve access for respectful visitors while ensuring the land's health for generations to come. So, as we continue to explore this vast expanse, we're not just walking across sand, we're walking through time. Through history. Through a natural sculpture that will never look exactly the same again. And that's part of the magic. As we move further into the heart of the Great Sandhills, the view expands, and with it, a sense of timeless beauty. These aren't just dunes. They're waves of ancient earth, shaped by forces older than memory, and bathed now in the golden Saskatchewan light. Look around, each hill holds its own character. Some stand steep and defiant, others curve gently, as if inviting you to walk their backs like quiet trails. This isn't a place of paved paths or marked routes. The sand guides you. The wind whispers directions. Every few steps, the scenery transforms. One moment you're gazing across a soft valley of golden waves, the next, you're climbing a rise that opens into a wide open view where the sky seems to meet the earth in endless conversation. These sights are peaceful but powerful. This land is always shifting, always breathing. Watch closely and you'll see tiny sand avalanches, tracks from deer or badgers, or birds nesting in the scrubby grasses that cling stubbornly to the slopes. And then, out of nowhere, something wonderfully unexpected, a cluster of boots, sneakers, and sandals nailed to an old tree or post. This is the boot pole or shoe tree, a quirky but cherished landmark here. Over the years, travelers have added their worn shoes to it, leaving behind a small piece of their journey. It's part art, part ritual, part mystery. Some see it as a marker. Others as a tribute. But everyone feels its charm. It reminds us that while the Great Sandhills may look untouched, they're filled with traces of people, those who've walked here, laughed here, left something behind. As the video pans across the surrounding areas, you might notice distant walking spots, small foot-worn paths along ridges, lowlands where the grasses grow taller, and sandy clearings perfect for a quiet picnic or just lying back to watch the clouds float past. In the distance, scattered trees rise like sentinels. Prairie birds soar above, and if you're lucky, you might catch a pronghorn antelope darting across the horizon. This is still a wild place, still very much alive. Alongside the visuals, we see small scenes of your journey, a written note here, a memory there, capturing the quiet details that make this trip personal. A footprint. A shadow. A breeze brushing past the camera mic. It's these small moments that stay with you long after the dunes fade behind. Whether you're walking with friends, alone, or simply reflecting as you film, the Great Sandhills offer more than just scenery. They offer space to think. Space to breathe. Space to feel a little smaller under a vast prairie sky. As this segment closes, and we take one last sweeping look over the wide ridges and rolling dunes, we're reminded of something simple. Some places don't need signs to tell you they're special. You feel it. In the sand. In the silence. In the wind. This is one of those places.